All right, I want to do this video to illustrate for people exactly how horrifically extreme the divide between the literal alternate universes that people who are in different information bubbles live in. This is the Young Turks talking about Olivia Wilde's comments about Jordan Peterson being the incel king.
Second of all, I love that he thinks that he is the epitome of masculine.
I know.
And they're finding solace. Like, Lorraine was like, finally a real man like Jordan.
No, totally. Like when I hear Kermit talk, I think, turns me on. Okay.
That's funny. We can laugh at that.
Let me just give
funny.
you the last quote. Okay, Peterson adds that he has repeatedly and very publicly told young men and women that they should think very hard about their own personal shortcomings and not the evil of the opposite sex, and that they should, in consequence, strive to amend themselves in the very ways that would make them attractive. And look, honestly, that's pretty rich, coming from a man who literally and sincerely argued for arranged marriages. Arranged marriages usually mean that,
literally and sincerely argued for arranged marriages. That's what she believes. That unironically, Jordan Peterson believes that people should be forced into marriages, or what, by their parents or something like that. It's like, listen to the certainty with which she says this.
Coming from a man who literally and sincerely argued for arranged marriages.
It's like, imagine how difficult your life is if you listen to Anna Kasparian and the Young Turks and you go out into the world genuinely believing this stuff. It's exactly what conservatives do who say, oh, well, Bernie Sanders is literally a communist, like literally pro-Stalin. It's like, okay, well, if I meet a Bernie Sanders supporter, well, I'm going to think this guy supports Stalin and genocide. It's like, and then you're going to act like a fool, and it's a disservice to the people who listen to the Young Turks, which, clearly they already have their own issues if they're unironically getting their news from the Young Turks.
Arranged marriages usually mean that, at least one party doesn't get a choice in the matter, okay? So the idea of like, no, be your best self, and that's how you attract a mate, that's not really what he believes in. He thinks that women should submit to whatever desires men want in this country.
Oh my God.
Violent attacks, by the way, this is little insight into Jordan Peterson here. Violent attacks are what happens when men do not have partners, Mr. Peterson says. And society needs to work to make sure those men are married. Enforced monogamy is, to Peterson, simply a rational solution. Otherwise, women will all only go for the most high status men, he explains. And that could make either gender happy in the end. No, agree to disagree. Like, no, we should have government mandate monogamy. That's how everyone will be happy.
Is she honestly believe that's his position? That's my point. I just thought this was so insane that this is actually a real thing. And yet it is. And I made a video called Jenette McCurdy is a Fascist, in which I tried very carefully to make it so that someone who never saw my channel before would unironically believe that I was serious. And this is what bothers me. It's like the privilege of what she's saying. It's like, oh, it's helped me change my life. It's like, yeah, have you considered that it's also promoting fascism? And it's insane to me that then I see this and go, oh, this is actually indistinguishable. It's indistinguishable what these people are saying. And again, it's scary, and the danger is subtle, because I have seen plenty of the Young Turks stuff, and there are some things that they get right. There's clips of Anna Kasparian saying things about religion that I tend to agree with.
I don't care if you're Christian. In fact, I will fight for you to have your religious liberty and practice your Christianity. I believe in that. I don't believe in Christianity, which means that you do not get to dictate the way I live my life based on your religion.
And so it's like, that's how sneaky of a situation we're in. You have utter insanity coming out one end of her mouth, and then you have, sometimes reasonable stuff coming out the other end of her mouth, and it's like, everyone has within themselves the capacity for truth and utter lies, and I don't want to say evil. Evil is a strong word, although it is true that everyone has a capacity for evil within them. And perhaps commitment to lies is a precondition for evil, but a more philosophical endeavor that would take to flesh out further. So, in the meantime, good luck and Godspeed.